Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to ITV. My name is Yar Ajak Deng. As you all know, the hope of every graduate is to graduate and find a job to do. But what happens to somebody who comes to a country whereby the economic crisis is the talk of the day and also the high unemployment of the youth is something normal? Well, today I want to encourage you and inspire you through the story of a young man. Once he came to South Sudan, didn't get a job. And through the many challenges of day-to-day basis, he got inspired and started his own application whereby he uses the boda, that is the Nile Border. I want to introduce to you Mayang Tut, a young South Sudanese. By his age, he's a CEO and the owner of a boda company. Please welcome him on board. Yeah. Welcome, Anyang. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm okay. Welcome to iRadio.
Thank you so much.
Before I came, I actually learned a word. I was told to say Maharabic. I don't know Arabic. Welcome. How are you doing today?
Okay.
Okay. All right. Nice to have you. So, Mayang, your story is such an inspiring one, considering how young you are and listening to you before you even got on record. I was listening to your story, and it's the struggle of every young South Sudanese.
Yes.
So, before we even go there, I would like you to introduce yourself so that people can familiarize themselves with you.
Okay. All right. My name is Mayang Tut. I'm the managing director of Nile Border, and I happen to also to be the founder of Nile Border. Yes.
Okay, so Nile Border, tell us a bit more about Nile Border and how you came actually to start this up.
Okay. Nile Border is a transportation company. Transportation business that is basically dealing with the movement of the people around the city using the latest technology, which is the internet. So in Nile Border, we do three things. Number one is that we lease out the bikes to the people that need bike, which is number one thing. Number two, we have app. We have a Nile Border app. Whatever, if you need to go anywhere, you just order using the app. So we have a company that is also under Nile Border called Safe Cycle, which is dealing with the trucking.
Okay.
Which is dealing with the trucking of the bike and the movement of the bike, because you see right now the crime of the border are becoming too much in the country. A lot of people are losing their life because of that issue. So we understand that this thing can still also affect us, and it's also affecting a lot of young youth outside there that have their own bike or maybe that are working for other people.
Yeah.
So we come up with a plan. So we have to make sure that we come up with a decision of making sure that they are being secured outside there. If you lose your bike, we can still recover it back for you in a very short period of time.
Okay.
So these are the three things we are doing in Nile Border right now.
All right. I want us, before I even get into the discussion of Nile Border, I understand you, when you came to South Sudan after graduating in 2018, you came, looked for a job, and it's a norm in South Sudan that most youth don't have jobs. You became a border rider. And you have a degree in human resource. Tell us, how did you even, I have a degree and I want to become a border rider? Because we know the ego issues that many young people have. They all want to have an office job. So please take us from the time you graduated until now, where you were forced out of your comfort zone to come up with something.
Okay, it's normal to also have a bachelor degree, and at the end of the time, you can still work as a border rider, as long as you have a plan for it. The worst part for it is that you working as a border rider and you don't have a plan. The main reason of you working as a border rider.
Okay.
All of these things are just a milestone, every single thing that we have reached right now. When I came here, I was actually looking for a job. I was seriously looking for a job by that time. And it's not actually easy to get a job. So I had to just step out and see what I can actually do on my power. And I find my interest on riding a bike, because first of all, it gives me a peace of mind. I'm working on my own thing, whereby nobody is even giving me a stress to do. It's just a matter of you being so safe on the street, and also minding about how are you going to also be caring about your customers and everything. So these are the stress that we get there. So when I come here, I face a lot of challenges. And I also understand that if you have something that you are working on, it can still grow into an extent where you want it to be, as long as you have the plan for it. Yeah, I don't feel bad working as a border rider, because by the time I started, I have a plan for it. Okay, I have a plan for it. I put every single plan for it, So we are just working toward the plan that we put down.
Okay.
Yes.
So when you were a boda rider, for how long did you ride a boda before you started your own job?
When I came here, 3 months, when I came to Juba, I was just idly sitting, and at the postman, so I took a friend bike. Okay. It's actually funny how it started because I actually just took one of the friend bike, one of the whole Sankey. I took it to go and see one of my auntie.
Okay.
And one of the customers stopped me on the road. He thought that I'm a border rider, but I was just using for my personal, my personal use.
Yeah, okay.
So he stopped me and I say, okay, because I also need to buy some MBs and anything because this is what we used to do by that
Yeah.
time. So I feel like just taking the customer
Yeah.
to Juba University. I was actually looking for that person right now, but I cannot find him. So by the time I come back, another person picked me again. Then I just realized that this thing has market, and if you do it in a very good way, you can still get something at the end of the time. So I approached the guy. I tell him that right now, since you're also a very busy man, let me use the bike. I'll be paying you daily. Okay, any amount, we are just going to put them down every day. I'm going to be paying you. So I will take care of the bike. The guy gave me the condition, saying that if you lose the bike, you are going to get it back for me, the brand new, and you don't have to miss paying me and every single thing.
Yeah.
So I had to take those
Conditions.
Those conditions. So that is how I started. I ride for him. I used to pay him every week. But by the time I was riding, I used to save some money because I need to have my own bike by that time.
Okay.
Yes, until I met Simon Chow, which is also the IT manager here, and one of the guys who is also managing the operation.
Okay.
Here. Yes.
Maybe this is something. Maybe how much were you saving per day to accumulate the amount that you ended up buying a border?
Okay, by that time it was actually hard for me alone to save those money, but two of us are working because, as I told you, when I met Simon, I met him accidentally.
Yeah.
Okay, I knocked him down. He was also one of the border rider.
Okay.
I knocked him down and he fell down. We caught up for some time and then we have to just take him to the hospital and repair the bike because the bike is for another person.
Yeah.
By that time, when I met him, that is how we start becoming friends. So we become very close friends and we say that, all right, since we are both working as a border riders, what is the plan? We have to save. Because he's also riding for someone else, I'm riding for someone else. We have to save whatever we can save every single day. We challenge ourselves on that every single day. We have to make sure that you come with this specific amount so that within a time it might also reach to an extent whereby one of us can have our own bike that we own.
Okay.
It's just more like a teamwork. Every single day we bring money. We pay those guys and we put some of the money down to make sure that we get our own bike. By that time, I think it's up to 6,000 or maybe 7. Yes, 6 to 7. And actually,
SSP.
Actually, we was one of the border riders that are making a lot of money because the strategy that we are using is this. We carried you. We thank you for choosing us. We give you our card also. We talk to you. Even if you don't have money, we have to just go and pick you up anytime you want us. But we have to record every single thing. Anytime you get the money, you call us.
Okay.
So we connect ourselves with the school. We used to pick those kids from the schools. I have also one of the guys who is working as a finance manager here. He's working in Ibone Bank. He's one of my customers. I
Okay.
used to take him to the bank every single day.
Okay.
So until he find interest to come and work with us here right now to manage the finance.
All right. Such an interesting story from where you began. So, at what point did you develop the app?
The app came when we have some few bike, and we realized that accessing a bike right now, a very safe bike, is actually very difficult because there's many strangers outside there.
Yeah.
And actually, another thing is controlling the prices. The only way we can control the prices is someone ordering using the app.
Right.
Because on the app, you have to actually charge a person according to the distance.
The distance.
Yes. So 7 months from now, that is when our app is active.
Okay.
We try to put a lot of effort on it to make sure that the app is functioning very well. Yes, so that is how the app started.
So how many borders did you start with, and how many do you have at the moment?
We started with 2 borders that we don't own
Okay.
by that time, but right now we have 100 plus that we own our own
Wow.
bike.
Okay.
100 plus, and we're still aiming at very big number to make sure that every young person who is outside that is looking for border have to get it through us here.
All
So the
right.
border who joins are more than 600 people with their own bike because we provide helmet and the jacket for them.
Okay.
Yes. So our own bike that we own right now are 100 plus, but still we are aiming to get many more bike to give them to every person that need a bike, because every time our office is pleading with a lot of application requesting for bike every single day, and we feel like we are the people who can help them.
All right.
Yes.
I understand, when it comes to business, and especially in South Sudan, it's a bit hectic, especially you have to deal with so many other issues. So how do you tackle the obstacles that come on your way when you're doing your business?
Yeah, we faces many different challenges, because number one challenges is that going on the street, staying on the sun to just make some few kind of a buck is also one of the biggest challenges that we face. Another thing is that road accidents and many different kinds of things. We lose some friends that are supposed to be here today. It's also the challenges that we face. But staying strong is the most important things
Okay.
on the business, because even if things are not actually turning on the way you want, there is a time whereby every single thing that you work hard for has to come back to you. So we believe in hard work, and we also believe in a teamwork to make sure that every challenges that come in, especially me, every challenges that coming, I don't see them as problem. I see them as a wonderful revenue whereby we need to improve ourselves within those challenges, because there's more challenges coming ahead of us.
Okay.
Yes.
So do you mind telling us your age?
I'm 23 going to 24 now.
23.
Yeah.
I believe, if I don't know the statistics, but you must be the youngest CEO.
14, 4 months from now I'll be 24.
24.
Yeah.
I'm actually older than you. Well, that's good. Okay, the thing is, the business, boda especially, is very risky in South Sudan. First of all, is the number of accidents caused by boda.
Yes.
You just mentioned you lost some of your friends and colleagues through the boda business. The other thing is the reckless driving, and also some of the bodas are not well trained. So how do you manage to tackle all these things, and especially in such environments?
Yeah, one of the good things that we also put in the place is that sometimes it's also good to educate our people.
Okay.
In this country, there's nobody who take border business so really serious. Okay, I think it's very easy, because to make sure that we reduce the accidents and trying to make sure that we put very good riders on the street is by also putting some rules, okay, outside there.
Yeah.
Number one is that the reckless driving can be reduced, because I understand that the traffics and everything can just give you the how do you call it, the license without even testing it.
Yeah.
But what we do is this: we take you to Nile Border Academy, okay, that has people that will train you.
Okay.
If you pass the training, if you pass the testing, that is when we can approve you as one of the border riders that work for us. It's just more about drive.
And how long does the training take?
The training take 4 days.
4 days.
Yes. The
Okay.
training take 4 days, but we're actually trying to make sure that it goes for weeks right now. Yes, since we are improving some of our policies that we are doing here, we'll make sure that it goes for a week, to make sure that every single rider who is outside there that have our helmet and the jacket know how to ride very well.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you insure your boda?
Yes, we do that.
Okay.
We insure the riders, the rider who is riding a bike. We also insure the bike and the customer.
Okay.
In case of anything that happens, we deal with the insurance company.
All right.
Yes.
That's interesting.
Yes.
Not many people do that. All right, Mayang, what is the secret to success for you? To this far, the secret to a successful business. We can consider you as already successful right now.
Actually, I'm not a successful person right now, because I haven't seen this Nile Border seem to be a startup company right now.
Okay.
It did not reach, how do you call it? Our target is not yet reached
Okay.
Okay, within us here right now.
Okay.
But we so much believe in how everything should be upgraded, how we can make sure that this country has a very reliable transportation company that is also being owned by the youth, made for the youth and being owned by the youth.
Okay.
So the secret is this. I actually invest a lot of my time on reading a lot of books, okay? But I have so much belief that every young person can do anything that they want, as long as they put their time and effort and sacrifice a lot of things. You know, it's not easy for you to sacrifice a lot of your time within whatever you are doing. A lot of people cannot do that, but this is what we have done. Yes.
Okay, earlier on you mentioned that you lease out boda to people that might be interested on starting a boda business.
Yes.
So how much do you lease out the boda at, and if it's what interest are they supposed to pay, like a monthly?
Actually, they are not paying anything because we understand that this guy don't really have anything on hands right now.
Okay.
What we assure them is this: as long as they are qualified, okay, as long as they pass all the testing, the traffic rule that we also test them on the Nile Border Academy, so we can actually give you the bike. And there is some specific amount that has to be put down that you have to pay every single week. Yes, it's just there's nothing that you pay now.
So it depends with the individual. So if I come with my money and want to pay for you, I want to pay like the whole amount. That's okay?
Yeah, no problem. But we are also trying to reduce it, because if you come with your own saman, there's many different shops outside there that you can get it from. But we're also trying to give the chance to a person that doesn't have anything right now to come and get it from us, and then they start sustaining their own life there. We can actually give you the bike. If you have your own, if you have the full amount there. But we can still go and look for another bike that we can bring in to give to anyone that doesn't have anything right now.
Okay.
Yes.
So if I lease a bike from you and my bike goes and breaks down and is not working, who takes the responsibility?
Okay, the bike is 90% ours.
Okay.
If we just give it to you, okay. What we do is this: we maintain the bike. We have a service center, which is for Nile Border, that helps mechanics who are also working outside there.
Okay.
So for the period of the contract that we signed, the bike has to be serviced by us, because we want you to also go with a bike that is still can make you money when you finish the contract.
All right.
Okay. But what we do is this: we give you everything at 50%. Okay. Like for example, right now, if the bike breaks down and it can cost like 10,000, so we take 50%. You take
50%.
Yes.
Okay. And now, okay, I want to understand something small here. When we are talking about boda, insurance and all that, so how profitable is it? Because at the end of the day, every business person goal is to have profits. Now, being at the beginning, at the earlier stage of your business, how profitable is it for you right now?
Actually, in Nile Border right now, we're not making money. We're just spending money to get money.
Okay.
Okay. That's what we do. Every single thing that we are doing here costs us a lot. But we so much believe that if we solve the problem, then that is when we can reach into the extent of making money.
Okay.
Yes, every single thing that we are making right now goes back to other investment that we need to do.
Okay.
Yes.
Where do you see Nile Border in the next 5 years?
In the next 5 years, the biggest challenge that we have right now is our network that I don't have a capacity to solve. Okay, but within Nile Border, we're doing so many things within. Okay, in the next 10 years, that is when I can personally say that Nile Border has 20 or maybe 30% of succeeding. Okay, but right now we are just facing some challenges. Yes, in the next 5 years, that is when we can see that it has the strength to run itself alone, and to solve the problem of the people that really need the service right now.
So how many people have you employed so far since you started the company?
We have a mechanics that are outside there. We have Nile Border academics directors that are outside there. And currently in the office, we have 10 staff. Most of them are the field officers that check the riders outside there. And the people that are working in the service centers, which are all South Sudanese. So we have 10 people that are currently working in the office, 100 riders that are on the street, 600 riders that joined us, and 14 individual people that come with their own bike. So we look for riders. I mean, we can find for them riders that can ride their bike and pay us, so we pay the person.
I mean, as we finish, do you want to tell something to the young people? Because a lot of times the young people will come to South Sudan, many challenges that you faced, and any other young South Sudanese, the goal is to come to South Sudan and get something to do. But many dreams are shattered the moment they get here and they don't have anything to do. And many are not able to get out of that zone because they don't see the direction or they don't see the future. What would you like to tell them?
Yeah, what I can say is that, every time we cannot just blame our government that they are not doing good, they are not providing jobs. The developmental rate of every country in this world is the businesses that are being done in the country. Government is just to make sure that the safety of the people is there, and how the government can also protect the businesses that are outside there. I don't really blame our government on why a lot of youth are being unemployed. Okay, youth are the people that has the knowledge, the ideas. We are supposed to be creative. Okay. As you see, every country right now in this world is being developed by the young people.
Yeah.
Young people are the one coming up with the ideas. Okay, with the ideas they have, that is when they can make sure that they employ themselves. Okay, I'm so much believe that this country can be a very great country if we all are putting our effort together to make sure that we do whatever we can.
Okay.
Like for example, you're a young journalist, which is also very good. Okay. You have a lot of things that you went through for you to be like this right now. Everything requires hard work. But the problem with our people is that they don't like a business that has a lot of problems. They like something clean. If you see people who are doing boutique, people are doing pharmacies and everything, so they just go with something that look good. This is what they do.
Yeah,
okay?
something easy to start with.
Something easy to start that doesn't have a problem. But for the sake of being unique, you have to really do what is impossible to make sure that it solves the problem, and it can also employ every young person that need to work. We can change their thinking capacity to make sure that they really focus on what they can really do. Okay, it's not all about government providing the job. It's about you creating your own job that can still support everyone who is outside there.
Okay, maybe there's something I forgot and I feel like it's very important. When it comes to issue of financial literacy and especially the saving culture among our people and financial literacy, like as somebody has been through the whole process and even to starting your own business, what would you tell people when it comes to saving? Because most of the people say, I don't have a starting capital. But from your story, you started with even 2,000 pounds, to developing, to accumulating to what you have today. So what would you tell people when it comes to financial literacy and saving culture?
Okay. This thing is just more like for example, right now, if I'm running a business that is making me 2,000 SSP per day, if I really like that business, I have to put my egos down and focus on how the business can grow. It's just more like saving what is actually necessary right now. Like a very good example is this. If you're hunting $200 per month from anywhere you're working, you will feel like this is so little that I cannot even save anything on it. But at the end of the time, you need to really save something small to make sure that you plan for the biggest thing. Okay, it's more like our people trying to not really value what they have. Okay. If you have 200 per month, you have to make sure that you save something small to make sure that it grows, and when it grows, because saving is more like saving whatever you have. Okay, this is our problem. save whatever you have a plan for it, and if you have a plan for it, it can actually grow.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much for that.
welcome.
I mean, now we want to go down there and see the bikes, and then you know, jumpstart for us boda boda. We see your skills in the boda boda area.
I can do that. Most of our bike are outside right now, and we don't store our bike here. We have a warehouse where we store them.
Where are they?
In Apple Road.
Okay.
That's where our warehouse is. But I can start for you a bike outside here.
All right. Maybe before we actually leave, where can people find you? And if they want to start something, you know, like where can they contact you and all that?
They can actually find me here because I'm actually putting 80% of my time here.
Okay.
To make sure that every single problem is solved. They can get me through my Facebook page, which is Mayang Tut. Can get me through Nile Border page, which is also there, being managed by our guides. As long as they give me information, I can actually meet them.
All right. So we're just doing a bit of demonstration of the Nile Border. Right here we have Simon Chow, who is the co-founder of the Nile Border application with Mayang. We spoke to him earlier on. So we just want to do a bit of demonstration to understand the importance of having an helmet on your head as a boda boda rider, and also the reflector for both the passenger and the rider to protect yourselves. So we just do a bit of demonstration and then he will tell us the importance. So Simon, I would love you to tell us the importance of having a helmet and also a reflector, both for the rider and the passenger that are using the boda boda.
All right, so basically the importance of the helmet is to protect the head. Is to protect the head from any unwanted injuries in case of any accidents. Like we've been experiencing so much of accidents in the country, so we wanted to make sure that these injuries, the risk of the injuries has been reduced.
And also maybe a reflector. What does a reflector implies, or what does it mean to the rider and the passenger?
So basically we use the reflector as an identification tool, so that when we are out there on the street, we can be recognized as Nile Border. That's one. Two, when you're moving at night, there's a lot of vehicles that moves around, so some of which sometimes their light is too low.
Okay.
So with the little bit of the light, the reflector reflects the person who is riding the bike in front of you. So that alone also, again, like reduces the amount of the accident that happens mostly at night.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's the importance of the jacket, and one of which is also we have the brand name, we have the number. So this number is supposed to be visible out there for all the people, in case if there's any complaints they wanted to raise, so they can specifically raise it under the person they have seen the things that they feel like they should be changed.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you sell the reflector and the helmet to people that may want it?
Yes. So what we do is this: before we give you the helmet and the jacket, you have to be part of Nile Border. By that I mean to say this, that you have to be trained onto the terms of Nile Border.
Okay.
Like how to ride on the right way, how to behave the right way, so that when you are out there representing that brand, you are actually the right person for that brand before we sell you or we give you the helmet or the jacket.
All right. Thank you so much, Simon, for that.
Thank you.
Right. As you've heard from Mayang Tut and also Simon Chow, who are the founders of this Nile Border app application, the importance of, as a young person, the dream is to always have something successful. You've heard at the age of 24, they were able to come up with something that is going to be successful in the near future. So up to next time, I've been your host, Yara Jackdeng. Do have a great evening, and I hope this story will inspire you to start something as a young person. Even with the economic crisis, with the rate of unemployment, you can be the person to solve the issues that South Sudan is going through. Reporting for ITV from High Kuwait in Juba, South Sudan, I'm Yara Jackdeng.